Chapter 5. Stardust's room was right at the top of the 8th tower of the castle. Instead of stairs, there was a spiral ramp. It was round with curved stone walls. On her dressing table was a doll that had washed up on shore. I always wanted a girl since I was a fool, but I never dreamed I'd get one, Stardust explained. I always wanted a pony forever, Pippa said. Stardust looked confused and laughed. I get it. You're my pet and I'm yours. I can't be your pet. Why don't we just be friends? Pippa said. Friends? Stardust said slowly. Hey, that sounds nice. Yeah, we can be friends. You're a magical friend, said Pippa. No, you're a magical friend, Stardust giggled. Stardust slept in a huge bed with a straw blanket and a horse-shaped headboard covered with ribbons. Pippa slept on a special cot next to her. The bed was surprisingly comfy, and she fell asleep immediately. The next morning, Pippa woke up early and Stardust was still snoring softly, so she stared at the window. Pippa was terrified of heights, and at first it made her feel sick being up high, so she took deep breaths. She looked over the magical island. It calmed her down thinking about all these ponies living together in a special place. She watched the ponies strolling down Main Street. And in the distance, she spotted ponies working in the fields. She looked out to sea, and she could see enough for miles, but she reminded herself that Shabella would be lost if she didn't keep her promise. Pippa counted the days on her fingers. There were only 6 days left till midsummer now. Time was running out. They had to find the golden horseshoes before it was too late. Yesterday had been fun, but Pippa was worried that Stardust had been more excited about touring Shabella and showing off her new friend rather than searching for the missing horseshoes. Today would be different. Pippa decided it was time to take charge. Anxious to get started, Pippa gently shook the pony away. You're still here, Stardust neighed. She opened her eyes. I thought I might have dreamed you. Quickly, she rolled out of bed and nuzzled Pippa's dark hair. Me too. But it's not a dream. And we're going to find the missing horseshoes, Pippa said. Stardust took a long time getting ready, so Pippa helped comb her mane and tail to help her hurry along. I've been wondering where to go today, Stardust said. Maybe we can visit the grasslands or the beaches. Perhaps we should start with the savannah. That's where the striped ponies and other animals like lions, giraffes, and vultures roam. There's the Horseshoe Hills and the volcano. Maybe not the volcano, it's spooky there, Stardust said. Pippa stopped combing as an idea clicked into place. The volcano, she explained. Maybe that will explain the black hoof marks I saw in the courtyard yesterday. I wondered where they come from, especially since everywhere in Shabella seems so clean, especially around the castle. But volcanoes are always covered in ash. Are you sure? Stardust asked uncertainly. Wouldn't you rather? Search the beaches. We might find some clues there. But the black hoof marks are a clue, Pippa said, her voice rising with excitement. We have to search the volcano. Gee, I'm not sure, Stardust said reluctantly. My youngest brother, Storm, he says to never go there because it's too dangerous. Then I'm gonna go on my own, Pippa said stubbornly. Stardust's eyes widened. You'd really do that? Pippa nodded. She promised to save Shabella and she would keep her word no matter how dangerous things were. Then I'm coming with you, Stardust said. Pippa hugged Stardust, pleased that she didn't have to go alone to the volcano. Even though she was nervous, Pippa was impatient to get started. After a quick breakfast of cereal and apples, she and Stardust zoomed to the back door. It was very early and the door was still locked. Stardust pulled back the bolts with her teeth. Maybe the nightmare store horseshoe, Stardust said. Storm thinks they live in the volcano. But comment my bookworm brother says that's just a myth. But if it was the nightmares, then how did they get inside the castle? All doors were locked from the inside during nighttime. Maybe somebody helped them, Pippa suggested. No! Stardust explained, sounding shocked. Why would anybody do that? Pippa shrugged. She didn't know either. Shabella was still special. She couldn't imagine anyone wanting to harm a beautiful place. Pippa could hardly believe how much her ride improved over the time. She felt as comfortable riding Stardust bareback as if she'd been riding without a saddle. Impressed at how her pony-crazy friends would be at home, they could see her now. At last, they finally entered the foothill. Staying on the path so that they didn't get lost. The higher they went, the steeper the path grew. Sometimes it ran along the cliff, and Pippa didn't like that. It made her want to vomit just looking down. Seeing the jagged rocks falling away beneath her, Stardust seemed to sense her fear and kept away from the edge. It was very peaceful. The only sounds were the sounds of Stardust's hooves clopping, the cry of eagles soaring overhead, and a soft rushing noise that Pippa couldn't figure out until they reached a small stream in the path. So that's what I could hear, Pippa said as Stardust jumped into the stream for a drink. Try some, she said. It's fresh and clean. Pippa slid down Stardust's back, and kneeling down, she scooped up the cold water. It was freezing cold and made her fingers drink. That's delicious, she said, enjoying the long drink. Stardust nudged her playfully, her white mane falling over Pippa's arm. That tickles, Pippa giggled, nudging Stardust back. Stardust dipped a hoof into the stream, splashing water at Pippa. Water fight, she neighed. Water fight, Pippa agreed, splashing Stardust back. Pippa splashed with her feet and Stardust splashed with her hoofs. They both disappeared in a shower of water, which sparkled like diamonds in the sunshine until Pippa and Stardust were soaking wet. Stop! Pippa chuckled, pulling her soggy curls away from her face. That was so much fun, Stardust neighed, shaking herself like a dog and soaking Pippa again. Ugh, Pippa squealed. I didn't think I could get any water. It was already very hot. The friends climbed higher. The sun soon dried Pippa's clothes. After a while, they followed another stream that snaked along the path of the tumbling cliff and a fast-flowing waterfall. It's beautiful, Pippa gasped. Shabella is beautiful, Stardust said, her face clouding with worry. But I can't understand why the nightmares would harm our home. It might have not been them, Pippa said. Then who else would it have been? Stardust asked. No one knows about Shabella. Only true pony lovers can see it, and a true pony lover could never hurt us. Pippa twisted a curl of hair around finger. But the island's not going to disappear. We're going to find the golden horseshoes. Promise? asked Stardust. Yeah, promise, said Pippa. Knowing it was a sign of friendship and Ponies, she leaned forward, blowing air at Stardust's nostrils. Stardust blew back. Thank you, Pippa, she whispered. You're a true friend. Pippa pushed away all her worries and smiled at Stardust. Promises were easy to make, but could she really keep hers? Yes, she told herself firmly she would not break her word. She would find the golden horseshoes in time to save Shabella.